Go for it, babe. I'll just be here with cat support.
And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. I got my lovely wife here with me for us to review the second part of The Glory. So the new 8-episode batch, we have a kitty cat with us, drops all today. We sent screeners for 2 of them, and then we watched the rest today. So we're going to talk about non-spoilers, the second part, and we're in a separate video, we're going to talk about the ending. So let's jump in. So Moon Dong and Ju Yu Jung, that is the relationship that I think everybody was probably rooting for, and I profusely apologize if we get the names wrong. They're very difficult for me to get right. I've tried looking at them, but I will give you probably the surnames. Those are easiest, and you'll probably know who we're talking about. But our 2 main protagonists, that relationship is what we're really rooting for, as the thing that might be the thing at the end, that there might be some happiness, because we've been following Moon's trajectory on her revenge path right from those first 8 episodes that we got, and going through the horrific torture. I mean, that's what you class
absolutely.
it as. Torture. It's not just bullying, it's actual torture. And these 8 episodes, we really do get to see how intricate her revenge plot and plan is. Years in the making, lifetime almost in the making. But what's nice about these episodes is we get to see the other intricate stories that are affected because of her, the good she is doing. So it's not just horrificness because of a horrificness sake, and they go back to some of those moments. We see other people that were bullied by these young kids that have now grown up, and we see that they haven't changed. But the intricate story, the nature of it, is you'll see one part of the story in different threads, and then you'll see those threads come back and intertwine into the main arc of the story, or go on its own thing. And I have to say I found it a little bit difficult to follow at times, because the names are not something that we're used to. The language is not something that we're used to, and it also dips and dives in different timelines. And if you miss it, if you blink, you'll miss, like if it's put up a date on it, which I often did. And sometimes it just doesn't do that. It just makes you think, oh, when is this now? And sometimes
you have to know, because a character who's no longer living is suddenly alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, hang on a minute, we must have gone back in time. It's definitely not a program that you can watch in the background and just sort of like let it wash over you. You really do need to concentrate. You really need to give it your attention. We watched it with the original language with English subtitles, and we also watched it dubbed. It's obviously easier when it's dubbed for us, because I'm a bit of a slow reader, so I found that I was struggling to read everything in the subtitles quick enough to keep up with the conversations. And then also you miss a bit of the visuals because you're so busy reading. So that's something to bear in mind. If you struggle with quick reading, you might want to just put the dub on. If you watch the dub right from the beginning, it probably won't annoy you, but we only turned it on halfway, and then some of the characters just sounded really weird. Sorry about the cat.
I think the dubbing's okay, though. It's not terrible. I've seen worse. Well, I've heard worse.
Absolutely. It is just a bit weird that they all have slightly American accents.
Yes. Yeah. I guess the story is what you're wondering, is if it's as good as the first part. And I think mostly yes, but I think it's drawn out. I think there are a couple of episodes that could have been taken out, and that's because basically we want now to get to the end to see the revenge story outplay itself. We've been building up to this for the whole first part. They decided to split it in 2, and then we have another part with another 8 episodes drawing out this intricate plan. And I don't think we needed all of that, because we're already gone through the hardships, the horrors, and seeing all how vile these people are. There's only so much of that you can take. They keep showing us how horrible these people are. It's like, we get it. We totally get it.
But it really does keep you on tenterhooks, because you just don't know if they're going to get away with it. Like, every time you feel like Moon is getting closer to actually succeeding with her revenge plan, something will come along and ruin it or mess it up, or there's something that goes wrong, and you just think, oh my goodness, are these horrific, vile people actually going to get away with it?
They really do showcase how much power rich people have as well.
Totally.
So they can get away with so much. Right from the beginning of part 1, where we saw even the teachers standing by, watching things happen, not taking responsible for what these kids were up to, knowing full well what they're up to, as well as the parents allowing their kids to get up to. And so these kids have grown up and as just vile people,
really entitled
rich people with lots of money, lots of drugs, and don't really have any boundaries. They can get away with anything. So the repercussions of that, they become these people that we see. And so when the revenge plot starts, wow, that's an interesting word, starts to unravel itself, when we see some of them getting their wow, I'm really struggling with the words. Comeuppance?
No.
Wow. For me, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because the things that they had done, I was just like, you don't deserve to get off that lightly.
Yeah.
Even if, let's say, one of them has died. That's too easy. For the pain that you've inflicted on these people, and that's just what we see, right? Behind closed doors, you get the feeling that they were way worse and probably have done things to these people because that's what they're capable of, and they thought that was okay.
So there's a moment in the last episode, and we're not going to give any spoilers, where it looks like the story's wrapping up and it looks like you might be getting a happy ending, and we looked at each other and we're like, oh, this is so great. And then we realised we weren't even halfway through the episode.
Because that last episode is 1 hour and 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
So they're up to something with that last episode.
Yeah. So I would say to you, like, we said to each other, should we just switch it off now? Should we just stop now? Let's just quit while we were ahead and, pretend that it was everybody lived happily ever after. But, I will not give any spoilers. You should watch until the end.
So now that we've watched all of the episodes, and I think the acting has been great.
Outstanding.
The filming at times is spectacular. There's some shots that have to showcase horrific things, but they do it well, and they showcase it. The score, great. I think as a package, it's excellent, but it does outstay its welcome a bit. Probably going to still stick with the 4 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one. Congratulations.
I think it's still a very good, interesting revenge story. Not a happy one, and probably not one that I would revisit. But as a one-time watch, seeing this story play out and how intricate it was, that enticed me enough to want to watch next episode after next episode.
Yeah, definitely bingeable. Yeah, again, like you say, I don't think we want to watch it again because it's too traumatic, it's too painful. But really excellent, and like you said, the acting was outstanding. I thought the wardrobe, the costuming was brilliant as well. And I didn't think there was a weak link in the actors.
Not one.
I believed all of their performances. Really good.
What would you give it?
I think I'll go with like 4.5. Nicolas, ow, 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 ow. Let go.
He's attacking you. Wow. Okay.
It's because he was, his claw was stuck. So he was like, you're holding on to me, you're so mean.
Wow.
So, sorry, after the cat shenanigans, I will give it 4.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but I was certainly riveted the whole way through.
Okay. Do look out for our ending explained, or just talking about the ending, and let us know in the comments below. This one, did you like part 1 or 2 better? Who is your favorite character? And maybe jump onto that spoiler ending explained and let us know what you thought was happening there at the end. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.